flow still foul like a backcourt. Came up moving packs, went down bad poor. Could barely see the sunshine behind cell doors. Knowing when I hit the bricks, I gotta sell more. Bustin' moves every day, grinding just to live. They call it rolling dice, I call it juggling. One put out and one put in. I make it rain, I'm the puddle man, bubbling from mud down. From dirty paper, clean money, how I switch flow. Live my life about money, 10K, I'll switch clothes. Compare me to Gucci, can't believe how the chicks flow. Busted zips down to 20s of the disco. When I look in your eyes and the night, it's insane. I don't know if it's right, but the why keeps me sane. I'm alone in the ride, getting high, switching lanes. I'm at home in the sky, drifting by paper planes. I never listen to opposition, I ain't never pay man in the competition. I've been getting too high, my thoughts be spinning, but the mob is winning, I've been working. All this shit, it got me nervous, I don't feel like I deserve it. All the picture got me perfect, all these women I've been curving, they don't deserve it, but I've been focused now. Ain't no running out of demons, I speak with my demons, they begging me slow it down. But I'm a king with my golden crown, bitch, I'm a beast, I'm supposed to growl. When I'm asleep in the coldest ground, I know my team finna hold it down, over, out. When I look in your eyes and the night, it's insane. I don't know if it's right, but the lie keeps me sane. I'm alone in the ride, getting high, switching lanes. I'm at home in the sky, drifting by paper planes. I don't know if it's right, but the lie keeps me sane. I'm alone in the ride, getting high, switching lanes, switching lanes, switching lanes.
If I heard anything about Summer's parents at all, no. Except what according to Prayer Garden, what she said, Dawn says Fred is I loved Prayer Garden's title last night because it said Dawn finds it suspicious that Fred went to the junkyard at the same time that Summer went missing. Dude, I was just like, how the hell? So you're telling me if Fred didn't make it to the junkyard, but he was about to go at about 4:15-ish, around that time. So they're saying that they know Summer went missing at 4:15. Does he realize what he's saying when he says that, by the way? He's saying if he's basically saying he knows that he's saying that Summer went missing way earlier than what was reported, and they didn't call it in.
Her parents reported her missing right around 6:30 p.m.
But when was she last seen? I know she was reported missing around that time. Was she last seen earlier in the afternoon or today?
That time is varied because they were searching for their child.
Not any more than what we originally released. We know that her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing. I don't have that.
Fred didn't make it to the junkyard, but he was about to go at about 4:15ish, around that time. So they're saying that they know Summer went missing at 4:15. Does he realize what he's saying when he says that, by the way? He's saying if he's basically saying he knows that he's saying that Summer went missing way earlier than what was reported, and they didn't call it in.
Last seen, and who reported her missing in the family?
Her parents reported her missing right around 6:30 p.m.
But when was she, the day when she was last seen? I know that she was reported missing around that time. Was she last seen earlier in the afternoon or in the day?
That time is varied because they were searching for their child themselves.
Not any more than what we originally released. We know that her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing.
How many hours would you say?
I don't have that information.
Question for Captain or Sheriff: what's the biggest obstacle standing in your way? Is it the heat?
In. Why didn't you call it in if she was missing at around 4:15, Dawn? It's 1:11 in the morning, by the way. I just looked at the clock right when I started getting all worked up about that, because he just kind of reminded me about that. I remember seeing that title in Prayer Garden claims this is what Dawn says, because her and Dawn are I guess scissor sisters or something. I don't know, but I thought that was a weird statement, because if Don says he thinks it's weird that Summer went missing around the time that Fred was going to go to the scrapyard or was going to the scrapyard, then he's saying it was around 4:15. Do they understand what they're saying?
And at Hilltop, you had to have the last car on the scale by 4:20. They won't tell you.
Right. I'm just saying, somebody was asking any updates about Dawn and Candace, anything going on with them.
Okay, guys. Can you hear me? I think I messed something up. I want to go to this live of mine, but for some reason, I think I clicked out of it. I have everything set up. We have a big show tonight. Lots of stuff I'm going to show you, so just let me click through. I didn't want to listen to the music. We'll start.
Are you aware that nearly 1 in 3 users face email phishing threats daily, risking their finances and data?
I can't remember.
So this is a video I made and posted 8 months ago. Well, a live I did, April 27th, 2024, titled Before and After Summer Got Gone with Laura and Fred. We're just going to listen because it's a 2-hour live and I hate listening to my own voice. So I'm going to skip through and listen to the times that Laura and Fred gave just at the beginning part of this. Oh, hey, Tic Tac. I try to get on here as much as I can, man. We got the kids right now. I made my son. I put a board up in front of my door. I'm not babysitting today. You got that. I need to go live. I've been setting this up for 2 days. But, so we're going to skip through and listen to the times Fred said. I think it's important to go back and listen because in my opinion, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that Laura and Fred said, and I think I'm missing a piece here. There was Laura on Prayer Garden, and I don't think that I put that in here. So if we're still talking about this in a day or two, I'll grab it and show it to you. But there was different times by them. Several times their times changed. Like it was 2:30, they left. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, Laura goes out. She puts the, I'm still trying to roll this fucking joint. She puts out the, Laura goes out. She helps Fred because it's super hard. It's a bitch to put the trailer on. I don't know what's all in this. I just took pieces from what I had and put it together in this live I'm setting up for today. But I think it's important to go back and listen just for a little bit if we can catch a couple times that they said. So I'm going to let this play for a little bit. I'm going to light one up and smoke one with y'all. We got a lot to unpack tonight. We're going to talk Jason and Chad Arnold. We're going to talk about Ellie and her thing that I didn't play yet about Chad. So let's just hang tight, listen for a little bit, and try to get past this as quickly as we can, because we're also going to go listen to a little bit of Miss Chewy from last night. All right.
Don had been here that day?
Yeah. I mean, the cadaver dog, they was here when talking to me, and they come up the road, and it's hitting about the bridge right there hard. They come up the road and went all the way up to that farthest vehicle you see on top and was hitting on it. They never even opened the door, but they ain't nothing in. I've looked.
You know, he wants to also throw Andy into. But if you think that Andy and JC possibly, do you think, are they on drugs for you?
Well, see, about 3 o'clock that day, I had a bunch of cars here at that time. I mean, long road, loading them and stuff on trailer stuff, and I was having to park in the road to load them, and I'd have to move and let people by. They one truck come in, and I can't place what color it is or nothing. I mean, I remember a truck, and it was just odd that way it acted and stuff. And then Andy come in and followed it out, like he would come in to get it to take it wherever, you know. But I can't place. I can't remember what kind of truck it is. Like my mind blank on that. So but I remember. I know everything. Every vehicle was in here that day.
So you think you know for sure that he was home that day, Summer went missing on June 15th.
Yeah, I seen him.
What time do you know? Like,
he was early that morning, about 8, 9 o'clock.
And he came down here, or you were down there?
I was just going out and I seen him.
And the boys were with him.
Yeah.
Like, did you see him like coming out of the driveway?
Yeah, he was going in actually.
Oh wow.
See, back in within here, because I'd done 165 and 67 days. I had a couple cars down there after bottom driveway. Well, I was parked in the road that same day because I hauled 67 off that day, and Andy come in about 3 or between 3 and 3:30 somewhere around there, and I had to pull out of the road, let him by. But see that truck, I had to pull out of the road up here when I loaded one. When that truck went in, and then it come back out, and it sat up there, about where that light pole is in the road. Instead of coming on down here and just, I pulled over there and stuff, and he just kept sitting. So I backed up and went down here and turned at this steep curve and went on down to 167 to load that other vehicle, and that truck didn't come out for a long time. I didn't thinking about it at the time, you see. But Andy, he come in that little silver car they had, and I pulled out of the road to let him by. They had about between 3 and 3:30, because I ended up didn't get that loaded in time to take it out.
You saw Andy at 3 to 3:30 that day, the day Summer went missing.
And then he come in and followed that truck back. That truck followed him back out.
Are you sure you saw?
I'm 100%.
He supposedly wasn't getting home till JC said like 5:30.
I don't see. He's hollering that he's at work and he's on video and stuff. He might be in at certain times, but I know he was in here at that time because he's on camera.
Oh, really?
There's a camera down the holler that everybody is in here on. I mean, the FBI's got all the pictures.
No, they called the police. It was 6:30 p.m. that day. So Supposedly Dawn got home at, well,
They're saying
I guess it
was seen walking down the road at 7.
Well, that was one of the first news
How could
things.
they possibly have seen her walking
No,
down the road?
not 7. They were saying she was seen walking away. That was last night. That was one of the first news clips. It wasn't 7. The police. 6:30 is when the police were called, and yeah.
You know,
Well, except me.
the day don't go by. I play that day over and over and over in my head and try to figure out what clue that we missed.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And I feel like it happened the day before.
Really.
Yeah.
Then what was he doing down there on that road that day on the 15th?
I don't know. Hey, Andy or who?
Andy, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. The truck followed him back out. He's like, he went in because the truck had went in and must have been looking for him. And then he followed him back out. He more or less went in and got in.
But did they stay back? But could they have done an exchange or anything back there real quick?
They could have. They very well could have.
See, that's the thing. Why would Andy? It has to be like if something happened the 14th, then.
But he said that she stood outside the car, didn't even go to the door. I hollered at him and asked if he knowed if we was home, and he told her that he said, "I know. I don't know if they're home. I just now pulled up." And said that she said, "Well, their truck's not here." He said, "Well, then more than likely they're not home then." And said she got back in her car and said that she was asking him if he'd seen that little girl.
Was this at your house? Which place was this? Was that this at your mom or
It was at our place.
Down at 207?
Yep, the camper.
So there's no way she pulled behind the house, Daisy, because you can't pull behind the house at 207. You can only pull right? Can you pull behind the house at 2? No, you can't. I don't think.
No.
67 you can.
That's the only place you can pull at 167.
Yeah, 167. So, yeah. Oh, see, yeah, because somebody was actually saying something. Oh, that's what Andy was trying to say, that the person, that it wasn't him on the road that day that passed you guys. It was Ronald.
Ronald couldn't even walk.
Because is it possible that you guys got the days mixed up?
No.
Yeah, Fred is absolutely.
I was with Fred. I seen him too.
Yeah, didn't you guys have to pull over to let him by?
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
We was actually trying to load a car on the back of a trailer, and it wasn't going successfully. Believe me, everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah, and so you guys definitely saw Andy Bernard the 15th. It was definitely the same day that Summer went missing, right?
Yes.
No way you guys could have mixed up the days.
No. A yellow Nissan.
A yellow Nissan. And did it have a trailer?
Yes, it did.
And so you guys said you had scraps and vehicles and stuff. Was it actually whole vehicles on the back of the trailer, or was it just parts?
Yes, it was a Ford Escort.
A Ford Escort?
The hatchback.
Okay.
It was bluish gray.
Okay, a blue and gray Ford. Okay, now you were there that day when they were scrapping and pulling parts and loading cars. Who else was there that day?
And Fred went down the holler, tried to load that car, and he couldn't get it loaded by himself, so he come back up there and got me.
What
and
time?
That was probably about, I think it was about 12 o'clock, I guess.
Okay, about noon.
By the time we got it loaded, because it was a pain in the ass. By the time we got it loaded,
Loading it at that
it
time?
was almost 2:30.
It was just you and him loading it, or
Yeah.
Chad was not there helping you?
No, we wasn't.
Okay.
It was just me and Fred.
Okay.
Was the car dead?
Yeah,
Yeah, the car was, it was a junk car.
Oh, what kind of car was it?
A Ford Escort. A blue one. It had a hatchback.
Okay. It's
It was
pretty
about
heavy.
an 80 model.
It's pretty heavy.
About
With all the
80
freight?
something. Yeah.
Just two of y'all put it on there then, huh?
Yep.
You had to use what, chains to pull it up there or something?
Chains and winches.
Okay.
So you're saying down there, you're talking about then down at his mom's property? That's where that car was?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that his mom's or was it at 207?
We had to unhook a trailer and scotch it and then take the truck and pull the damn car up on the trailer.
Over at the 168 property then, at his mom's?
167.
Oh, 167. Okay. All right.
Not any more than what we originally released. We know that her family reported her missing. They called the sheriff's office around 6:30. Prior to that, it was early afternoon when she was last seen, and they searched for a little bit and then reported her missing. I don't have that information.
Question for Captain or Sheriff: what's the biggest obstacle standing in your way? Is it the heat?
Then why didn't you call it in if she was missing at around 4:15, Dawn? It's 1:11 in the morning, by the way. I just looked at the clock right when I started getting all worked up about that, because you just kind of reminded me about that. I remember seeing that title in Prayer Garden claims this is what Dawn says, because her and Dawn are I guess scissor sisters or something. I don't know, but I thought that was a weird statement, because if Don says he thinks it's weird that Summer went missing around the time that Fred was gonna go to the scrapyard or was going to the scrapyard, then he's saying it was around 4:15. Do they understand what they're saying?
You had scraps and vehicles and stuff. Was it actually whole vehicles on the back of the trailer, or was it just parts?
Yes, it was a Ford Escort.
A Ford Escort?
The hatchback.
Okay.
It was bluish gray.
Okay, a blue and gray Ford. Okay. Now, you were there that day when they were scrapping and pulling parts and loading cars. Who else was there that day?
And Fred went down the holler, tried to load that car, and he couldn't get it loaded by himself, so he come back up there and got me.
What
and
time?
That was probably about, I think it was about 12 o'clock, I guess.
Okay, about noon.
By the time we got it loaded, because it was a pain in the ass. By the time we got it loaded,
Loading it at that
it was
time?
almost, It was almost 2:30.
It was just you and him loading it, or
Yeah.
Chad was not there helping you?
No, we wasn't.
Okay.
It was just me and Fred.
Okay.
Was the car dead?
Yeah,
Yeah, the car was. It was a junk car,
Oh, what kind of car was it?
a Ford Escort, a blue one. It had a hatchback.
Okay. It's
It was
pretty
about
heavy.
an 80 model.
It's pretty heavy.
About 80 something. Yeah.
Just two of y'all put it on there then, huh?
Yep.
You had to use what, chains to pull it up there or something?
Chains and winches.
Okay.
So you're saying down there, you're talking about then down at his mom's property? That's where that car was?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that his mom's or was it at 207?
We had to unhook a trailer and scotch it and then take the truck and pull the damn car up on the trailer.
Over at the 168 property then, at his mom's?
167.
Oh, 167. Okay. All right. And then you guys, did you go back up to the 207 property after that, or did you go straight to the junkyard from there?
Straight to the junkyard. Because it was about to close.
Is that when you said after the trailer, did you pass Andy when you guys were leaving?
We were still trying to get the trailer loaded. I think. And Andy went in. Because Fred had to move the truck out of the road.
Mm-hmm. So you guys had to move, you guys had to pull over?
Yeah, he had to move the truck out of the way.
So it would have been between like 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock then, about the time between that time frame that you would have seen him?
Yeah, because we left that day about 2:30.
Okay.
So
now,
they closed at the
around
they closed at the junkyard at 4.
Because he was saying 3 to 3:30. He was thinking.
Might have been.
Okay. So it could have been
We
anywhere
got
from
kinda go
2:30
late
to
and dark
3:30. So it could have been. So basically, it could have been any time between 2:30 and 3:30.
Yeah.
As far as because see, Fred's saying 3 to 3:30, but I've also heard the 2:30 time. Did you see Dawn that day, like earlier in the
No.
day?
No, I wasn't with him that day when he seen me that morning.
You had to have the last car on the scale by 420. They won't hold you.
Right. I'm just saying, like, somebody was asking any updates about Dawn and Candace, like anything going on with them.
He said that she stood outside the car, didn't even go to the door. I hollered at him and asked if he knowed if we was home, and he told her that he said, "I know. I don't know if they're home. I just now pulled up," and said that she said, "Well, their truck's not here." He said, "Well, then more than likely they're not home then." And said she got back in her car and said that she was asking him if he seen that little girl.
Was this at your house? Which place was this? Was that this at your mom or
It was at our place.
Down
The
at
camper.
207?
Yep, the camper.
We were there for the funeral. Is that the one that Fred was not there for, right?
Correct. No, we kept waiting. we kept kind of holding off on starting the service, thinking, you know, Fred will be here in a minute. We were waiting. And, you know, here comes Chad's truck up to the cemetery, and he has a friend with him. And he tells someone that Fred wasn't coming, that he was sent by Fred to be there on his behalf. So we proceeded with the funeral. The service was over, and, you know, Mom didn't have insurance. So we had to do everything as cheap as possible, which meant we didn't have nobody to fill in the grave if we didn't do it. So there was a whole group of us, you know, family and everybody. And Chad was also one of those that was, he said Fred wanted to give help, you know, help with that. So, you know, he didn't say nothing to nobody the whole time. It took 2 hours to fill Mom's grave in. And then there was, I get a dirt left over, and he said, you know, you can drop a load that up in my truck, and I'll go and put it on my driveway, and that'll get rid of some of it. And we said, oh, okay. So we all pitched in and loaded the back of his truck up with dirt. And we had got to the point where we couldn't load his truck up no more. We couldn't do nothing else, so everybody, we called it a wrap. And he went and got in his truck and shut the door, and he looked out his window, and he said, well, and this is the first time he actually talked during the whole time that he was there. He said, well, Karen, well, what do you think about the whole Summer Wells thing? And I said, well, you know, I see what I see on YouTube, and it's a whole crap show as far as that's concerned. I said, but as far as Summer Wells, I said, I don't know what to think. I think that when the truth comes out, it will probably devastate a whole community, because it's just unbelievable. And I don't know if it was just a poor choice of words. I mean, he didn't offer condolences over Mom passing away, nothing. He asked about Summer Wells and what I thought about it, and his response was that every time somebody goes missing around here, no, that's not what he said. Every time somebody around here gets murdered, I'm the first one they talk to.
What?
I just kind of stood there and looked at him. I just kind of stood there and looked at him. Wow. I'm like, well, first of all, she's a missing little girl. Nobody has said she's been murdered. And I'm at my mother's funeral, and you're not even offering condolences, but this is what is on your mind.
To me,
and I just stood there looking at him, and there was nothing else said. He cranks up, and he pulls out. And I was just standing there dumbfounded. And there was others beside me that were just as dumbfounded. We had known Fred for years, and I'm sure he had been at Mom and Dad's, and you know, to Fred or whatever. Did he ever come to see Mom and Dad? I wouldn't think so.
Right. You probably just come hang out with Fred, whatever.
I mean, you know, there's a difference between knowing somebody and knowing of somebody, and
You don't think, what kind of person is Chad? You don't think it's possible that he could?
No, absolutely not. Nope.
Okay.
Same with Jeff. I don't think so. And believe me, most of Fred's friends I don't like, so I wouldn't say this.
So Chad was down at 207, right?
Yes. Yes. Why ain't my earbud connected?
Chad told her he would look on Clinch Mountain. I don't know. Supposedly, Candace is going around telling everybody. Now all of a sudden she wants to admit that she saw Chad that day. She never freaking has ever mentioned it before, but now all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah. What the 2 years, almost 2 years later.
Oh my God. Stupidity runs deep around here.
When Candace says she saw Chad Arnold up there at your driveway, Chad Arnold wasn't there when you guys were there?
No. Chad come in while we was gone.
Okay, do you know if anyone else showed up when you guys were gone?
Not that I know of.
So Chad Arnold did show up while you were gone. And when you guys got home, was Chad Arnold still there?
No.
So he had left. How did you know he was there then? Just what you heard from Candace, or did Fred talk to him?
He came the next day. He come in the next day.
Oh, and he said he had been up there?
Yeah, and that he seen Candace at the bottom of the driveway.
Okay. All right. And how did Chad Arnold get up there when he would go up there? Did he drive? Did he walk? Did he?
He drove a Ford truck.
What color was his truck?
Blue.
So he drove a blue Ford truck. And when he would come up there and visit you guys, did he come up always alone, or did he ever come up there with other people?
He was usually alone.
Okay. And so this is another question I had. So I noticed that at that time, Chad Arnold and Frances had been having relationship problems. Do you know where Chad was staying? Because he actually had a restraining order. He wasn't supposed to be staying over there with Frances.
He was living on the river on his land.
So what land do you talk? His land? Which land is this?
In Churchill.
Okay, so over there off of California Avenue?
Yep.
Okay, so he wasn't staying there with his mom, Peggy, then. He was staying, like, on the river?
I don't know if he stays with his mom and he stays on the river, so I don't know.
Oh, that's right. He was staying on the river. That's right. Haskell Rhines took me to way out there in the mountains on a river, somebody's house on the river, like his uncle's or something. Wasn't he staying at somebody's house on the river? Yeah, it's way out there. Haskell took me out there to try to, because I wanted to talk to him, because I was trying to talk to Chad, but he didn't really want to talk. And thank you, Nicole.
About what happened to you, especially so it won't happen to no one else. Right? Go right ahead.
Okay, you have never
I
waited.
don't get many of those, Sherry.
Okay, well, you're ready to get one. A lot of people have, they've wavered about summer wells. They've gone on it. They've done everything they can do, and they have, but you have not. You have stood your ground. You have kept the focus on her. And I will compliment you on that because it's the truth.
Sure, Chair Gordon, I want to tell you something.
No, wait a
I
minute,
have
Ziggy.
to agree on something.
Okay, guys. So I said I was going to come on and talk about a troll. Do you see this one in the middle up here? I'm curious, does she go on Miss Chewy's a lot? I don't watch Miss Chewy. I found her behavior odd. Not only that, but she has trolled my channel in a very hysterical way. I have a feeling Ernie's getting out of jail. I think she's an Ernie troll. If anybody's curious, I'm going to find the clips from the night she was on my channel with some other dude, and we were all like, huh? And we laughed our asses off and wrote her off as a good troll. So I don't know what all this is about, but the one next to Miss Chewy in the middle, I want to know if anybody knows who this Noel is. No, Andy, you weren't a troll. You're not a troll. You come in my chat and talk to me. You've never trolled me. I don't think, unless you have another account. Okay. Now, let's go on to listen.
Feel that way. If I feel that way, I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah, you're good, Sherry. You're good. I was going to tell, you was talking about that girl.
Hello?
She had that video
We hear
footage.
you, Noel.
She had that video footage.
I was talking to my YouTube mom. I'm sorry. And
Just a second.
She really it's likes okay. to talk. It's okay. Sorry, I cannot.
Sorry. That girl that has the video footage by her trailer that says that her boyfriend or her husband took summer wells. She was talking about it the other day.
She didn't say that her boyfriend or
not tucking, but was giving it to her.
PG has never given up.
This particular the particular lady on the video that you're talking about the other one. Okay, because there's two of them. There's one that was saying that yeah, that this guy that she knew supposedly had Summer in this house and done some horrible things inside this house. But she said also this guy has Sebastian Rogers too. And
No, this is another one. This is that girl, Alicia. What was her name? She actually said that her boyfriend was the one that, or her husband was running the trafficking ring, and that they passed Summer over the tracks. That they passed Summer over the tracks to her. And it's right down there. What was that road? Chucky River Road. I went down to that trailer. I've seen him that way. Said that there's Hondurans that live back there, and they traffic kids out of that way. There's some interesting facts behind that I've did some research on, and it's really interesting if you'd like to hear about it someday. I did some research on it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you got to go down every avenue, you know, leave no stones unturned. I mean, you know,
well,
you're welcome.
Her boyfriend or husband, I'm not sure, owns
Excuse me.
a business.
Summer Wells.
Yes,
Huh?
talk about Summer Wells.
You said
a business in the community, and it is a Mexican business. And I don't want to say what it is. Not out here in public.
You said that you said that that you went down there by the truck by the
yes.
And where did you say this is located?
It's Chucky River. No, was it called Chucky River Road? I forget.
Yeah.
And that girl actually went on White Boys and said that that she seen Summer, and Summer was passed over the railroad tracks.
Okay, this is the same. Is this the same lady that said that she had video footage of the people outside of her house, right?
Yes.
Chip will be right back. He's having some tech difficulties.
Thank you, Doug.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that validation, Linda. Thank you, Savannah.
ASMR, man.
Thank
I told
you,
you that.
Savannah.
Thank you, Dolly. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Be adults. Stop talking shit to everybody. Stop attacking people just so you can get the views for the drama. Like, leave people alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Can y'all hear me?
I really did. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Here I go. Okay. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
They keep saying the page is it's unresponsive. Sorry.
Maybe it's your connection is slow or low or
yeah, my internet box isn't very far, but it is really windy, so I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah. I just got my little one down for a nap, so that's what took me so long, so I can have some alone time for a little bit. Doesn't happen too often, so it's nice. And here's the train. As always.
Right on time.
Yeah.
No,
but
Tattoo, we're not
I'll mute, hold on.
monetizing until Summer is found, and then we're going to celebrate. So we don't do super chats, we don't do money, we don't do anything like that. We're totally free Summer channel.
you have any more information on the tree lighting thing, Chip?
Well, I'm waiting for LC and
Our trailer.
Well, okay. Now I have personally spoken with this particular lady. Matter of fact, I'm friends with her, through Facebook. And I have talked to her more than on one occasion. And,
You know what her job title is?
right now I'm in the process of trying to, get a hold of the original footage. The original footage from that, because we got, the still shots of the footage, pictures, still shots like, Summer, we have the video of Summer in the backseat of Candace's vehicle on the milk jugs, but then we have the still shots where people just, took pictures from the video and put them out here as well.
Yes.
And when you have the still shots, these still shots can be tampered with. The original video can't. That's why I want the original footage, because then you can take your own still shots of that. And
I'm going to leave that up. We're going to come back to that, move back to what we were listening to before, because we're jumping around because of the way things were said in the last night or so. There's so much I haven't even gotten to yet prior to this all. But this is a good start. We listened to the Miss Chewy part. Let's move back.
Was in when Chad seen her. Do you know? Did Chad tell you what car he saw Candace driving?
I think he said she was in a truck, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And now, I don't know. I know you don't know Chad Arnold very well, but do you know if Ed is one of the people that he worked with horses with Chad Arnold? Did Chad Arnold ever work with him with horses?
I actually know Chad pretty well. I've known him for 20 years, so I'm going to know Fred.
Right. Okay. Then you would know. Did he ever work for the Redmonds up there, or did any of those people doing training horses up there?
No.
Okay. Well, then since
Redmond and them don't have horses.
Okay,
that
so
I know
they
of.
don't have any. Okay. So since you know Chad so well, what is your impression of Chad?
Chad's a good person. He just has a problem with drugs, just like the rest of us.
Right. Okay.
But as far as being a weirdo or anything like that, no, he's a good person. He would never hurt.
I'm known to be a backstabber and piss people off. I'm going to do that tonight. I'm adding a few text messages to the Ellie text messages. They're coming up. To me, they're a bigger context of an understanding of the people Fred talks about and that he surrounds himself with, telling us he does that. Like, he met Everly, he stopped it, like he snitches on himself. And the funniest shit, in my opinion, but the funniest shit about that is that last night he stated some people get too comfortable and they talk too much. Fred, in my opinion, I think you've made that mistake. I think this is very important to listen to. Sorry, guys, I'm not chatting. I have more in my chat than I'm used to tonight. And I'm doing a lot of jumping around here. So I got to kind of stay on track because I'll get confused. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hit the like button. I'm not ignoring you on purpose, just trying to pay attention here. I am stoned, honestly. I had some good weed today. I had my favorite Tangerine stuff. I forget the name of it. I gotta find the jar. All right, let's get back to this.
Kid.
Why do you think his wife has a restraining order against him? Do you know, like, what her complaints are with him?
They just got into it. He was drinking.
And did something stupid or what? Has he gotten really bad since his brother passed away or something?
Yeah. That hurt all of us, man. Bad. It fucked us up. Jason was a good person.
I've thought about that a lot because way they done a couple cases in the past and stuff. Like my best friend, he went missing December the 8th. They had his body December 21st. We tried to report him missing the same day. They tell us we can't report him missing because they seen him that day. But what they didn't tell us, they put him in a body bag that day. 2 years later, coroner folks up and called his mom. That's how we find out he's dead. They bring the cadaver dog, everything out, played a role. They put up big rewards, all that during that 2 years. I mean, just like they're doing something. I mean, search all it. And they didn't have his body.
What was
Why
his
would
name?
they do all that? You know?
What was your friend's name?
Jason Arnold. But see, Hawkins County didn't like him.
Why didn't they like him?
I mean,
Just
he went in, if he got in trouble, he wanted to pull his time right then, and he give him hell. I mean, really give him hell at the jail and stuff. I mean.
so you're saying, okay, they said
didn't care if he was dead or not, really, what I was saying, you know, what I was trying to get at. Because he did move a little bit of drugs, but nothing like they wanted to allow, you know. They wanted to put out there like he was the kingpin of all kingpins.
All right, here we go. This is what I'm saying. Do not post what I'm going to say next, but when Mom died, Fred didn't even come to the funeral. He sent Chad and one of his buddies up there in his place. We heard the story about that. I'm going to come live again, and we are going to deep dive into that video and this text message and my thoughts. Yes, he was questioned. That's what we're going to talk about. Chad is Jason Arnold's brother. Jason Arnold was the one that went missing and was found, and he had been unalived and supposed in blank up in pieces. He was a pretty big drug dealer, and Fred was supposed to have been his right-hand man. That's why I can't talk about Chad or Jason Arnold or anyone in that circle that they're connected with, because it's too dangerous, so don't post none of that. These are the predicaments us as creators get put in, because here we are, we're outsiders, right? We don't know these people. But for me, I know that what brought me here is Summer. And I believe a lot of these people have changed today, and they're better people. However, I think they all have bad pasts. And I believe that they're being honest when they say things like, I can't talk about this. It's a scary situation. However, it gives you a broader perspective of what kind of lifestyle that Fred lived prior to Summer going missing. And I think it's important to Summer's case. Do I think that the TBI doesn't already know this? No, because I've sent them quite a bit of information that would have led them probably faster than me to the same conclusions. If my theory is correct, it very well could not be. I'm a speculation channel. I talk to you about my opinions after I've spoken to these people. I'm going to say it again for the third time in a third live. These people ain't missing. Summer Moon Utah Wells is. These people are adults. Summer Moon was 5. She's going to be 9 in less than a month. We're going on 4 years. There's no more games. If y'all know something, just say something. It's too late to be all that. Everybody already knows. The whole world already researched. And if you think I'm the only one that have figured this out, I'm pretty sure I'm not. There are just others that don't want to talk about things like this because it is dangerous. And I'm probably putting my life in danger talking about it if this is true. Do I know for a fact it's true? No, but old trafficking ties that connect the minds of these people and things that have happened and people connected to that street that have been connected to the people that were connected to that tells me that this is fucking serious. Okay, it's not a game. It's not a joke. And Fred goes out there and puts these names out, and what he's really doing is snitching, in my opinion. Do you understand that? I'm speculating that Fred has been snitching. So prior to Ellie even saying these things to me, this is confirmation, right? Fred has already said these things, and I just want people to pay attention and listen, and that's why I take the clips I do, and I put them together because they match old clips or things other people have said. All right, let me take a drink. And let's continue. Chad is Jason Arnold's brother. Jason Arnold was the one that went missing and was found. He had been murdered and supposedly cut up in pieces. He was a pretty big drug dealer, and Fred was supposed to have been his right-hand man. I did it again. What the fuck? That's why I can't talk about Chad or Jason Arnold or anyone in that circle that they're connected with because it's too dangerous, so don't post none of that. Jamie Cox is another one in that circle. His name is not mentioned either because it's too dangerous. When I bonded Fred out of jail, the first place he had me go and take him to was Jamie Cox's house to pick Laura up. No, he lives out boarded Zoomers just off Reservoir Road. I think it was up on top. I think that he's on Island Road or out by Zoomers. You absolutely cannot put my name anywhere near those names or I am dead. Okay, well, here's what's going to go on after my live tonight. I'm going to email my live to the TBI so that they know that Ellie feels this way for stating that. And I'm hoping that TBI will give her protection if this is true, because it needs to come out. In my opinion, I'm done with this shit. The lies, the bullshit. It's clear what these people do in that area. Does any of it have anything to do with Summer? No, I don't think so. But you know what I think does? I think there was an accident cover up by people who are involved in things like this. And I think people like Fred, Andy, and Jody Sue possibly could be a cover up in that. Or I think there's a possibility based on other things that somebody owed somebody money. I'm allowed to have my opinions and I'm allowed to speculate based off of the things people have said publicly and the things I have been messaged, which I am showing you. So let's continue. You're at, okay, I already read that part. Yes. Why hasn't Chad spoke? He's been questioned by the police, all of it, whatever. I asked, was he questioned? She said, yes, Chad had been questioned. Okay. Somehow, and if their names they're not talking about, it's because they're scared of those people for a good reason, which tells me I sure as hell don't need to talk about it because I have been set up, followed, harassed, shot at, you name it. I'm not going to comment on that. You guys understand what I'm doing here, right? Look how many people have passed away already surrounding this case. Then here's the part I was talking about where it could be possibly money. That's when I bonded him out for 116, which he paid me back before we left the parking lot. Then I took him to drive through to get some food, and he had me take him to Jamie Cox's to pick Laura, and he had me take them to Marvin Simpson's to get Dad's truck. Marvin Simpson is who Fred stayed with next to Jody Sue while Jody Sue stated that Fred was harassing her. Just thought I'd say that. He went to Dad's but didn't go to Mom's. Yeah, you can just say that he sent a couple of his buddies in his place. Okay, we'll go over that. That's the funeral part. Okay, yeah, and for a good reason, I'd say see her and Fred put a huge target on my back when they said I found his stash and I took him for $175,000. Fred didn't have no money of his own. If he had money, it belonged to somebody else. I'm missing the part in here. You guys seen it. You can go to my community wall and the 1 or 2 lives I put it in where she also stated that he often owed James Light money. Let me check chat. I know Crystal's channel, those of you. I hope so. Candace took the kids swimming. I didn't know about that, Glenview. I'll go back and read the chat a little bit later. I just want to get through the rest of this. There's a lot if you see how it connects to things that have been said in the last couple days. Okay. Now we talked about the money. That leads me to my next video I want to show you guys, which is one of my videos again. Oh, I already had it saved. Hold on. Just listen for a little bit. Because then I believe we're going to switch back to... I don't know what order I got this in. Let's just listen. PG's first live to not include her commentary. I figured we could watch her commentary on her channel. I am going to get to that. This may be an extremely long live. In front of me, I have Alamark Ajon's court document that I want to read to you guys. I've brought this up before. Kathy, Fred, and Ziggy has since disappeared from speaking to me or really about me. And I'm curious as to why. I think you guys will find this interesting. I never read these court documents to you guys. I just sort of like talked about it a little bit. This goes in with the Clinton stuff. Okay. I find it very important. And then on top of that, let me switch this here a little bit just for a second. Ooh, I found a bunch of, I guess, let me click on one and show you. Let's find a good one. There's a certain one. I don't know which one it is. Okay, let's just, if you go here, this is a bunch of people who at the time and things in Tennessee that were going on and people connected to the drug bust that James Light was involved in. Now, let me tell you guys, I value my life, okay? I'm just going to read public indictments. I'm not digging any deeper into this. It's scary shit. However, Squall has brought it out. So let me come back to my chat. I feel it's important. Hey, Tic Tac. Yeah, I had a good night's sleep and did a bunch of research yesterday in my downtime. I needed that. But I'm not going to research these people. Okay? I'm just going to bring it up and read it to you because Squall brought it out and made such a huge deal of it. I think that public information we should read, but there is a lot here. It's going to be a lot of reading. I may stop in between and take breaks, or I might have some play HT points. Maybe I'll copy and paste and throw it and play HT for us to listen to some of it. But I'm going to start with this indictment. It's a 42-page. Where'd it go? Indictment. United States District Court. You know what? Let me light a cigarette. Let's smoke a bowl because this is, like I said, going to be a lot of fucking reading. And I definitely got to go over the prayer garden stuff too. When I get there, Andrew, I guess he had unblocked me because I was able to tag him in that post. And then after I posted the post, I got blocked again. So I don't know if he or Fat Lips did it. But I have some really important questions that are not attacking to Andrew about some of Prayer Garden's commentary last night concerning the biker gang and cameras that Allison placed in her house. And I have some thoughts on that, and I don't want to speak on it right now. We'll do it when we get the PG. I, however, think this stuff is more important, more relevant. I think Prayer Garden starts a lot of shit. I also want to say there were 2 points in her live last night where a child walked into the room. The first one, I don't think it sounded real, but the second one, to me, in my opinion, sounded like she bit a bite of Allison's little girl. Because I remember Allison's little girl saying that just like that. And when the little girl comes on, it sounds just like the girl. Jesus, that was way too early. I started that way too early. Sorry, guys, I walked away. What I need is for them to read this. Hold on. On March 3rd, 2006. Additional time with... We'll start it right here. It's the beginning of it. Okay, I'm going to walk away again. I'll be right back. Within which to file a memorandum to support his petition, doc, whatever. On March 3rd, 2006, A. John filed a motion to amend pursuant to Rule 12. Okay, we'll stop there. Some interesting names in this. Isn't there, Miss Gordon? Ziggy. Fred. Any one of y'all are welcome to grab a link. I put one there so we could talk about this. I'm not turning my camera on. Puff, puff, pass. All right. Which to file a memorandum in support of his petition on March 3rd, 2006, A. John found a motion to amend. We're just going to skip all the rules. He seeks an evident, I don't know why that did that, opposition to petition October 17th, 2007, and a petitioner filed a motion to supplement along with 2 supporting affidavits. On October 22nd, 2007, on February 6, 2008, A. John filed a 54-page reply to the government's response. On April 23rd, 2009, A. John filed a second motion to supplement his petition. The matter is now ripe for disposition. The court has determined that the files and records in this case conclusively establish that the petitioner is not entitled to relief as to all issues raised by him except for the issue he raised pursuant to United States on which the court will receive further briefing and discuss below. The record likewise establishes that no evidentiary hearing is necessary, and Ajon's request for an evidentiary hearing will be denied. However, counsel will be appointed to represent this opinion and ordered will, dispose of all issues raised by Ajon, save the one raised pursuant to blah, 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 for the reasons which follow the petitioner's blah, blah, blah. Lack merit in motion will be denied in its entirety except for single issue raised under Combs, whatever. In addition, Ajon's April 23rd, 2009 motion to supplement will be denied. Procedural background. Ajon was indicted by the federal grand jury on July 23rd, 2002, along with defendants George H. Simpson and John Vance Bowers. Hi, Kathy. Ajon was charged in court, one with conspiracy to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute 5 grams or more of methamphetamine, and count 2 with conspiracy to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute quantity of the methamphetamine. Lesser included offense of count 1 and count 3 with the possession with the intent to distribute 5 grams or more of the methamphetamine, and count 4 with possession with the intent to distribute a quantity of methamphetamine, a lesser included offense of count 3, and count 6 with distribution of quantity of a mixture substance containing a detectable amount of methamphetamine, and count 7 with brandishing a firearm during the relation to a drug trafficking offense, and count 8 with conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and count 9 with aiding and abetting kidnapping, and count 10 with aiding and abetting possession of a firearm. In furtherance of kidnapping, a crime violence, on December 19th, 2002, a jury found the defendant guilty, counts 1, 3, 6, 7, 9. On April 29th, 2003, Ajon was sentenced to terms of imprisonment of 262 months. The bottom of the guidelines range 2 on drug and kidnapping offenses. To run, you know what? I'm just going to come back to chat for a minute. What do you think? Ziggy? Give me 1 minute here, guys. I'm looking for something. I think this is what I was just showing you. Hold on. We want to go to... Do. Give me 1 minute. I'm just looking for something. Here we go. But that's not what I need. Hold on. I'm not sure if that's
more breaking news tonight.
I'm looking for something in particular, guys. This was when he was reported missing. This was on, oh, I don't know what website this was. Hold on. Missing.org. This was all of his information while his family was searching for him. We'll just go through it while I look for what I'm looking for. Here, let's listen to this.
Some more breaking news tonight in Hawkins County. That's where investigators today asked for the public's help in a death investigation. The sheriff's office said remains were found in late 2017 that now have been identified as Jason Arnold. The remains were found near Cherry Lane and Churchill near his home. Arnold was reported missing in December 2016, about a year before his remains were located. Today, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said the cause of Arnold's death has not been determined. They've now notified family, and they're asking that anyone with information about what may have happened to him to call the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office right away.
Am I muted? No. Okay. This is not what I want. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm looking for is there is an article of a time when, and I know I have it in one of my videos, probably the one we were just watching, but there was a time when John, hold on. Sheriff, no, that's the skull. How long is this video? No, that ain't gonna be it. Maybe this one. Oh no, but I found another Arnold, which I found interesting. I don't know if there's a connection, but since I found this, I might as well show it to you. I forgot about this. A Churchill man was arrested Tuesday on a 7-count sealed Hawkins County grand jury indictment stemming from allegations of ongoing child SA abuse over the course of 18 months. Brandon Scott Arnold, 33, of Churchill, was being held at the Hawkins County Jail on a $100,000 bond pending arraignment in the criminal court scheduled for April 28th. The charges against include R of a child under 13 and continuous SA of a child under 13, both of which are Class A felonies punishable by 25 years if convicted. The continuous SA count allegations that Arnold intentionally, you get the point. We can continue. Just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so I can't find it at this moment. However, hold on, let me just check these real quick. Listen, you all have seen them. They're in my previous lives where Jason Arnold was arrested for robbing John's house. John has a connection to the George Simpson, which has a connection to the Marvin Simpson and all the other fucking Simpsons. Okay? And that's all I'm trying to show you in this segment here. That I'm showing you that we're listening to about Jason. I'm trying to show you that Fred was his right-hand man. And Fred often owed money to people that they worked with. Something interesting. Blue Solo, I'd like to know where you're at. You keep saying the missing one. I have a feeling, was that Jason? Did he not get busted? There were some others connected to him that did. a little confused. Okay. However, let's go back to, I want to get back to Jankies. Let's go back to Jankies and listen a little bit last night on Miss Chewy.
And look into it to see if indeed, you know, you're seeing the same thing that these still shots are putting out on YouTube.
Well, I
You know,
rode by the trailer before down there, and a little boy walked out. They didn't have any kind of play equipment or anything, but it's
right.
her son. I'm assuming it was her son. I've seen him before. Her son.
Did you go up and knock on the door? Did you?
No, we just drove down the road, and when we rode by, we seen it. But we was just driving down the road to see if there's anything in the woods behind it, like she claimed. And we didn't see anything.
Right.
No, I didn't knock on the door or anything like that. But there's some other interesting information behind all this that's actually very interesting. And I don't want to talk about it on YouTube, but I mean, maybe we could talk about it sometime. But there's some other information that's very interesting. That's, and it can tie Jose in there.
Jinkies, you give
Right.
PG the information.
You know,
She'll act on it.
what I find interesting about this particular woman, this
Mhm.
particular lady, is that she mentions, well, for one, there's a video that looks like Kathy the friend. I think it is. Outside that home is Kathy the friend. I'm pretty sure. Like, in my opinion, it's 150% Kathy the friend standing out there. Now, they was trying to say it was Candace, but it's not. It's not Candace. I'm telling you who it is. And they even got the mask on. And this lady wears that mask all the time because of, her health issues.
Yeah.
Also, what I find, and I believe in that still shot because, it's so, there's no way of modifying it. But
No, wait a minute.
you can
modify a still shot, but you can't modify a video.
No, this particular
Remember, you just told us that.
this particular
Sweetheart, you just
this
told
particular still shot is too close to the light. What you don't understand is it's way too close to the light. I mean, what I'm saying is you can tell it wasn't modified in any way because the two people are there. If you take, I make a lot of, you guys have seen a lot of the pictures that I make.
Yeah.
So I definitely know when I'm talking about modifications. You can tell when something's been modified. You can tell when it's been edited in or edited out, especially if it's that close to, the light illumination. I could tell if someone had tried to, edit this woman into this or not. She was not edited. These two people were solid. They were solidly there. They were part of this video for sure. My concern was in the video, one of the shots, my big concern is this woman mentions the flute player, the guy that worked at the, cremation place. Now, my concern is she mentions him and she says that he is one of these, ring of people who supposedly is holding Summer up in the air before she ever went missing. Some kind of ritual thing going on out there, supposedly in this yard. Now, that particular still shot there, could have been, that could be an edit. And, that's my concern is, I would like to have the original footage so I can, still shot this stuff myself and see if indeed, this was what was going on, or did somebody, because that particular part is not in the light, it's not illuminated in the light. It's like way over in a dark woods, like super dark area. And so no matter how much I try to pull it forth and I try to lighten it up, I'm not able to lighten it enough to see if this has been, added in there, or if it's, just like, have you ever looked at a tree and thought you saw a face? And it's just how the tree, how the tree is grown.
Read the back chat, PG.
Huh?
Read the back chat.
Or maybe, maybe possibly have you ever, you ever had a piece of fruit that went bad and it looks like a shrunken head? You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it is not a freaking shrunken head. It's a piece of freaking fruit. And what I'm saying is, I need this video because I want to know if, this is people or if this is just, an illumination of trees and everything that look like people gathered around. But, and then they cropped like a picture into it, of summer above this, what may have looked like people doing some weird stuff. I really have a need to know the truth, because the truth's the only thing that's going to bring Summer home. It's the only thing that's going to find her, bring her home, and get justice for her. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that's going on?
Yeah.
I don't even know what back chat is. I have no idea.
It's private chat. It's private chat, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's what you're able to see back there.
Okay, I can't see that. But thank you for telling me.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Jinkies. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. There's some more other interesting information about it too.
And girl, I wish I had your phone number, because if I did, I would be able to call you and
I
personally.
want to see Bible again.
You could the SRS that you can use Sissy Bible.
What?
Sissy's Bible.
Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
But there's some interesting information about that. We even the railroad tracks ain't far from their house. There's a big old factory. It's not an old factory. The factory actually has closed down, but they still run a little bit of something in and out of it. And it's across the railroad tracks from this.
It's like a warehouse.
No, it's a big giant factory. Yes,
it's a factory.
What the factory was called, and it's pretty interesting in that little area. Spooky over there, actually.
Did that
Well,
catch fire?
Anytime.
And when Chad's seen her, do you know? Did Chad tell you what car he saw Candace driving?
I think he said she was in a truck, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And now, I don't know. I know you don't know Chad Arnold very well.
You don't think, what kind of person is Chad? You don't think it's possible that he could?
No, absolutely not. Nope.
Okay.
Same with Jeff. I don't think so. And believe me, most of Fred's friends I don't like, so I wouldn't say this.
So Chad was down at 207, right?
Yes. Yes. Why ain't my earbud connecting?
Chad told her he would look on Clinch Mountain. I don't know. Supposedly, Candace is going around telling everybody. Now all of a sudden, she wants to admit that she saw Chad that day. She never freaking has ever mentioned it before, but now all of a sudden, she's like, "Oh yeah." What the 2
Oh,
years?
she
Almost
didn't
2 years
tell me
later.
most of it.
You
Oh
don't
my
think
God.
You,
Stupidity runs deep around here.
When Candace says she saw Chad Arnold up there at your driveway, Chad Arnold wasn't there when you guys were there?
No. Chad come in while we was gone.
Okay, do you know if anyone else showed up when you guys were gone?
Not that I know of.
So Chad Arnold did show up while you were gone. And when you guys got home, was Chad Arnold still there?
No.
So he had left. How did you know he was there then? Just what you heard from Candace, or did Fred talk to him?
He come the next day. He come in the next day.
And we're not listening to all of this live right now, but I would like you guys all to listen to Brittany and Colby and tell me what you hear when you hear their voices. Just please make sure you listen to Jeremy Pell and an interview with Jody Sue Brown's sister one time, because that's who I think that is. But anyways, let's continue.
Oh, and he said he had been up there?
Yeah, and that he seen Candace at the bottom of the driveway.
Okay. All right. And how did Chad Arnold get up there when he would go up there? Did he drive? Did he walk?
Hey, where'd Andy go after I asked him that question? He never did answer. Okay.
Walk? Did he?
He drove a Ford truck.
What color was his truck?
Blue.
So he drove a blue Ford truck. And when he would come up there and visit you guys, did he come up always alone, or did he ever come up there with other people?
He was usually alone.
Okay. And so this is another question I had. So I noticed that at that time, Chad Arnold and Francis had been having relationship problems. Do you know where Chad was staying? Because he actually had a restraining order. He wasn't supposed to be staying over there with Francis.
He was living on the river on his land.
So what land do you talk? His land? Which land is this?
It's in Churchill.
Okay, so over there off of California Avenue?
Yep.
Okay, so he wasn't staying there with his mom, Peggy, then. He was staying, like, on the river?
He was, I don't know if he stays with his mom and he stays on the river, so I don't know.
Oh, that's right. He was staying on the river. That's right. Haskell Rhines took me to way out there in the mountains on a river, somebody's house on the river, like his uncle's or something. Wasn't he staying at somebody's house on the river? Yeah, it's way out there. Haskell took me out there to try to, because I wanted to talk to him, because I was trying to talk to Chad, but he didn't really want to talk. And thank you, Nicole.
Sorry, my keyboard's broke. I keep forgetting to order a new one, so I'm missing letters and my words ain't all coming out. I shared a lot of Burn Barrel stuff, Marion, in the past. I have a few of her lives. We can go over them again another night. I highly recommend watching her channel. Do I think that I think a lot of people attacked her when she didn't need to be attacked. I think that was at the behest of Ziggy, because Ziggy got too close. Because she got too close. They didn't want her researching that. Ziggy attacked her after she had her on the panel. It was rude. It was ignorant. And that's my opinion from what I've seen. And I don't think that burn barrels information is as wrong as people say it is. I think that people distracted burn barrel from putting information out as they did me and so many others. However, we're going to go back and I have to catch back up to where I was on my Canva. I'm going to let you guys, while I do that, and I didn't get my ice. I'm going to let you guys listen to this. I'll be back in a few moments.
Your warehouse or one of them places, you know, goes out of business, they shut down. There is weird people who, you know, seem to, they kind of just take it over. You know what I'm saying? Like homeless people take over, you know,
Squatters.
Homes. You know, you got
I told
homeless.
you I've met this girl before, and I've met her and her husband before.
Right.
And then a separate event that happened last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have talked to her, and you know, when I talk to her, she seems kind of on edge. She seems frightened. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to explain. I mean, she's got a lot going on. If you met her, then you obviously know what I'm talking about. She's like got a whole lot going on upstairs. You know,
I've read her Facebook,
and I mean, and she believes in some really, you know, far-fetched things out there. See, I don't believe in all that weird bullshit. You know, I can't believe in it because, you know, you got all of these people, you know, who claim to be, you know, into this weird stuff, but then they have to physically go do shit. I mean, if you gotta go physically do shit, then you must not, you know, there must not be all that kind of stuff really, you know. I mean, that stuff must not be no good if you have to go physically do things. So that's what I'm
she
talking
said
about.
something about Hondurans camped out in the woods behind that trailer.
You know, you mentioned Mexican.
The Mexicans, yeah.
And you know, and they prefer to be called Latinos or Spanish.
Yeah.
Humans.
Hispanic.
You know, but anyway, speaking of them,
I wonder if Jose could have been a part of them.
Well, did you see the one garden outside of Domwell's door over in Arkansas? Because I personally know that his name's Jose, and I personally know that he came from Kingsport, Tennessee.
Really?
Yes, I do. I personally know that. And you know,
PG, are you saying that's the same Jose that was standing outside the hotel building?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No. See, that's the mix up. That's the mix up.
There's a lot of Mexican men that named Jose.
There's two of them. There's two Jose's. There's this one out of Kingsport who
There's
was
2 or 3 Dodds. There's 2 or 3 Freds. There's 2 or 3
right.
Andys.
Right. Well, I don't think there's 2 or 3 Andys. I think there's like one Andy across the road from Don Wells. There is a couple of Johns up there.
There's Hunter's dad and Andrew.
Well, Hunter's dad goes by Andrew, not Andy. There's only one Andy on Ben Hill, and that's, you know, Andy Bernard. But, you know, I know that, you know, a lot of people want to, you know, believe that Don and Candace had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. Well, you know, and I gotta respect that.
Okay, I didn't want to go that far into this right now. I'm gonna go back. I didn't even get my Canva ready. I'm still trying to roll one. I don't want to smoke it yet because I have a surprise. I have something magic in my home. It's super duper magic. And we are going to ask some questions about Ziggy's future and what type of person Ziggy is. I'm going to accept 3 or 4 questions in the chat. I don't want to do it too long, but we're going to read. Hold on, I'm going to show you. I have 2 things here. Okay. Give me 1 second. I finally finished rolling my J. Let me start my camera. We have Magic Luigi. Okay. He's in his pipe. We got the magic flower over there. But better than that, we have the magic 8-ball. Woot woot. So we're going to ask the Mario 8-ball a couple questions and see if it'll tell us the truth about Ziggy and Fred. Okay? And my daughter gave me a couple tarot cards. A deck of tarot cards. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull 3 cards and read from the book, and we are going to do a Ziggy reading, but we have to wait till we get there. So I'm going to go right now. I can't wait. Okay. I lit a cigarette and didn't even smoke it. We're going to go right now. We're going to fast forward back to where we were. We went over the Jason shit. I think we were still listening to the Jason. No, I think we came here. I think I showed enough about the Jason stuff for tonight. Okay. Oh, it's coming up. So, here's Ziggy leading you all to believe. Jesus, I have an itch in my fucking throat. That her cards are telling you the truth. Why would they lie? Ziggy, why wouldn't you get on there and say, it's a possibility that my cards are telling me they're lying? You're on there pushing it to your people like, why would they lie to me? It's the most ridiculous shit, but I'm going to go spray some Chloroseptic, talk to my daughter because she came in the room, I think, to get coffee. Are you getting coffee this late at night? What is that? Huh? Food. She's putting food in the microwave. I put a microwave in my room. Woo-hoo. I've been hooking this room up. I'm still waiting for my neon lights to come. I bought one that says High Life, and it has a weed leaf. And I also bought one that has an alien smoking weed, right? Is that what it is, Malaya? My daughter got this trick for the TikTok shop. I'm going to have to show it all to you guys. But we've been ordering shit forever, and it's amazing. You drink a cup of coffee. I sometimes will do that if I didn't have coffee all through the day, but I'm wired. I drink coffee I probably go through 3 pots of coffee a day. Ask my daughter. She hates making it for me. She's ignoring me. She's talking to the animals. Hey, Lone Wolf, Rockin' Robin, Exploited, Mishu, Glenview, Terry, people I didn't say hi to. All right, let me get back to this. Let's start this over. I'm going to let you listen to this little part right here while I take care of what I got to take care of right here. And I'll be back to do Ziggy's reading.
Three of Pentacles. I'm getting that they're together. The Three of Pentacles is definite team energy, like being a team. So that is so obvious. That's crazy, though. I have that they're like together. Wait, together. It feels like they're lying. Why would they lie to people about not being together? I don't know if that would be. I'm getting something about lying, like they're lying about something, and it has to do with what. And I don't understand why they would lie about. It looks like it's to help them somehow with somebody in a authority position, possibly law enforcement. That's weird. I wonder why it would make them look better to be apart. That's weird. I don't know. There's a symmetry. Oh no! It was full of children in Cicero, Illinois. That's crazy. Is that? Let me see. Is it? They're saying it's false. Like when I look it up, it's saying it's saying it's a hoax. Huh. Says something about that being a hoax. That's crazy. I don't know why somebody would lie about such a thing. People are just ridiculous. Crazy or codependent. Yeah. The Three of Pentacles could mean kind of like codependent. It means like they're a team. How long till I don't like how that card came out. Makes judgments and protects all those who seek truth. But that was in reverse. I don't know. How long till we find answers for Summer Wells? Four of Swords. What are you doing? Swords. I keep getting 4 swords. Swords. I don't know why somebody would lie about such a thing. People are just ridiculous.
Did you all know that Ziggy said she wasn't a party girl when she was younger? I found evidence to prove that differently. Y'all should find that picture of her when she was much younger on the internet. She was at some party thing in a bar. They took a picture, put it online. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Okay, so it's time for our reading. I hate seeing my face big. I'm in my pajamas, no makeup, but we're going to make my face big. Okay. Let's light it up She thinks she's an empress. Well, tonight, the magic Luigi and his magic pipe are going to read Ziggy's magic 8-ball. We're going to go to our Mario Brothers spirits and ask a couple questions. Just let me light my joint here. Oh, Carla, we miss you too. Where you been? Okay, so who wants to ask the first question? Anybody got a question for the magic 8-ball? I'm mixing it up. I got one. Is Ziggy and Fred's marriage going to be short-lived? Ask again later. Wonder why it said that. It must be the Mario god. Ganon from Legend of Zelda. He's up there. I swear to God, he's up there. And he's sending the vibes. It's the inspirational vibes of a lifetime. Holy shit, we better puff our fucking magic joint. Okay, anybody got a question? How about, what does the future hold for Fred? It says, as I see it is yes. So, okay, that's not a clear answer. We're going to pull out the Light Seer tarot cards. Okay? Wait, it has a book. It's going to tell us. Hold on. It's not giving us a clear answer. Hold on. We got to shuffle them. Wait, we got to make sure they're half off camera like Ziggy. Okay? These things are too fucking big for my hands. Okay, hold on. Wait, the bottom card tells us 6 of Cups. There's a puppy and a man with a puppy. Fred. Fred stole Jody Sue's dog. Oh my fucking God. No, wait. Dawn hid Haskell's dog. They're all pit bull fighting in the woods. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, upside down. Judgment upside down. Let's go read it. Hold on. We gotta find it. I think it's at the beginning. Is it because I'm judging Ziggy? Oh man, my joint went out. Thanks for the reminder, Cher. Okay, hold on. We gotta find judgment. It ain't the Lover's card. Oh, hell no. Let's see. Rebirth, the Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon. Oh, fuck. Judgment. Okay, that was not upside down. Okay, here it is. You guys see? We're reading Ziggy's cards. Self-realization and understanding, spiritual awaken, redemption, knowing your motives and your heart to be true. Total transparency, a glorious unveiling of the spirits. Jesus. Luigi, you're calling her. Oh my God. You see? And what was the question we asked that wasn't clear? As I see it, yes. The tarot cards told her. She knows. Okay, hold on. We gotta ask it another question. Wait. We gotta put our cards down. We already did judgment. Okay, hold on. We got the 6 of Pentacles. I don't like those ones. We're gonna put them back. We got the Devil. Look, there's the Devil. We're shuffling them to the side like Ziggy does. Hey, y'all see her fucking doing the yayo last night? I did. Any of y'all see that? It's the fucking gods, dude. Swear to God, it's the gods. Okay, hold on. My daughter's gonna kill me. These are a mess. We're gonna ask it another question. Anybody got a question? No problem. The answer's no problem. Before we even asked it, the spirit already knew. It got to be the magic pipe, man. It has to be the magic pipe. That has to be it. Okay. I think that was enough. Ziggy had her reading. Let's continue on. We're going to put the spirit of Luigi away. We'll save the magic question mark block for another day. Okay. Let's continue.
For real? Hold on, let me show what. Despite Wild Tail, video doesn't show Coca-Cola truck holding children captive. A video authentically their clip of a man wearing an orange vest. Are you sure? Is there a news article of that? Cicero, Illinois. That's what scares me is we hear about things all the time on the news of people, all these busts and stuff and children found and stuff. Yeah, but you never hear, huh? Yeah, you don't hear anything more ever again. Like obviously when it comes to children and minors, like a lot of stuff is not allowed to be put out there. Davenport. That's crazy. Girls, like, were they young girls? Like, when you are you saying children? Are these children or? See, let me read your art resin.
Let me just go on to say, I don't know how much of the art resin shit I left in here. I don't think it was much. But do you guys remember a couple weeks ago when I said that resin's going to make you sick? She went on in this live about how me and Fred had a headache and I had to order him Tylenol. Why didn't you walk your ass to the Dollar General and get some fucking Tylenol? You have to order it. That one of your subs buy the fucking Tylenol. I'm really fucking curious. But then she goes on to say, I think it's the resin making me sick. Some people say it's good. It won't make you sick. Other people say that. Listen, bitch, the shit makes you sick. I promise you it does. There are chemicals in it. They actually make a line. It's called Crystal. Oh, fuck. What is the name of it? Crystalline or Crystal something. It has my name in it. Crystal something. I'll get the name of it for you, Ziggy. But it has no chemicals in it. However, it's very expensive. But I love this shit. It really works and it's great on tumblers, which I also heard you say that you've made in the past. Just a tip. I don't know how you made tumblers if you don't know what kind of resin you use on it, or that you didn't even know that resin makes you sick. But I'm sorry, I'm going to say that's a Ziggy moment. Okay. They DoorDash Tylenol. Oh, yeah. Because who has money for that? Like, fucking come on, dude. But they don't drive. You know that. Did y'all notice how last night she was looking all over the room like there was a ton of people in her house? I'm telling you, this girl was fucking doing shit on the fucking live. And then she made excuses. We're going to hear her say in a little bit how she's all jittery all the time. You know what? I can go back to Ziggy's first day. She wasn't this jittery. Yes, she's always been jittery, playing with her hair and stuff. But this shit, what she was doing the other night, what the fuck? Not looking good, Zigster. Just saying. in my opinion. That's my opinion based on your behavior live.
The brand art resin.
I gotta think of the name of that shit.
Yeah, I wanted to go in there. Do they really understand what they're saying? When I think these people, just like Fred says, people tell on themselves when they try to be too smart. Like, that's what happens. A lot of people, you know, when people try, yeah, they
There
get
it is.
comfortable, or they get. That's how
Okay,
you get.
so
You're
I
gonna
didn't
get
finish
caught
the
up.
Jason stuff, but that reminds me why I wanted to. People get too comfortable. Do you guys remember when Fred said he was being investigated for 2 while he was in prison, and that he was speaking to Ziggy and gave Ziggy information that's why they questioned him? My question for you is, Fred, how would you know what the police were doing with Jason's remains? We'll come back tomorrow night and re-listen to all of the Jason stuff, because I had a lot to show you guys tonight with that Mary Margaret or whatever her name is, and Ellie's text messages. And I mean, we've only been on for 2 hours, but like I said, it was a jam-packed live. So much to talk about. But we're going to finish this off. Then I'm going to get off of here because my grandbabies are here. I think my son fell asleep. He was waiting for me to smoke with him. Oops. My daughter got food in this microwave, still freaking beeping, and I'm waiting to use it to heat up my coffee. So maybe she's been huffing the resin. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Yes, the resin. But I also want to go through all of my Fred shit again and again and again and again and again. And let me tell you why. I think it's very important that we listen to how many times they talk about somebody being poisoned with cyanide or something. Yeah, I think that we need to listen to all that again. I need to go through my chats. Listen, I'm going to ask you guys for help. I have memory problems, and I have 300 and some lives on my page. I can't believe it. I was looking at it the other day like, damn, I did all those, not even realizing that's how many lives I've done, right? So if you guys see anything in my sets of Fred videos or something you want to cover, just leave a comment in that video and I'll try to work it into whatever we're doing whenever I have the time. I'm not here every night. I have a busy life with my family. I don't even have time to sit and talk to people. Like, it's crazy. I try to figure out where the hell I get the time to do the shit I do, because I do have a large family and we're constantly busy. We're a pretty good family unit, but we have our issues. We ain't perfect. We've lived a pretty stressful fucking life, if you want to say it. You know, we're not like your perfect sassy prance rich people that do everything perfect. No, I'm a fuck up, yo. Get used to it. That's what it is. I'm a fuck up. I'm here. My family, we're just who we are. And you're going to get that. You might even get my son, who has bipolar, screaming at me sometimes, or me yelling at him, or me and my daughter arguing back and forth. But that's what this is for me. I want to come out here and be real with people. I don't want to lie. I don't want to, even though what I'm showing you is just speculation, but it's based off of things that they say. If you notice, when I put my content together and I have the time to sit down and actually do so, one, it makes sense. And two, I do very minimal talking. I let their words speak for themselves. I put the newspaper articles and what the TBI said, because my voice doesn't matter. What matters is the suspects. If there are any witnesses, which I'm sure there are, but they're probably partially suspect, in my opinion, and scared to come forward. You know what? Grow some balls, people, dude. This is about a little girl. They don't care about all the drug shit. They just want Summer found. You can find a way to go say what happened without giving it all away. Fred has caused so much fucking damage. Put it on him. Just produce summer, okay? Really at this point. Because I'm not sitting here trying to be a snitch on anybody or anything, but I'm here for summer. And a lot of these people have put me through hell. I'm sure I've put a lot of people through hell, right? So the thing that's important to me now is I'm a fucking stress ball. These people have caused me fucking anxiety. I'm going to court. They're about to put me in fucking debt where I'm going to get a lien put on my fucking house because they want to be assholes. So you know what? Like I told you, until the court hearing's over, I'm not stopping. And even after that, I'm not stopping. I'm going to bring everything out. I don't care. Come kill me. Do what it is you got to fucking do. Please understand that, okay? I have cameras on my home. I'm not sitting here trying to out anybody. I just want Summer's remains, or Summer, if she is alive and well, found. And I want answers for her. You motherfuckers have put me through hell trying to just talk about missing kid cases. You involved me in some shit I really didn't want to be fucking involved in, right? But this is where we're at today. And as I say in almost every live, fuck you all. Okay? I'm going to show whatever it is I can show just because of the stress you caused on my fucking life. It didn't have to go this way. I could have not investigated anything. But as you see, the marathon is connecting again to the people of Ben Hill Road with this Mary Henderson lady. What the fuck is going on? It ain't like any of us have the fucking answers anyway. We can only go by what's seen. Jody, you're saying that we're putting your community through hell? Then stop it. Tell people everything you know and give your fucking SD cards to the police. How about that? Okay, let's continue. Hey, Linda, once again, fuck you, bitch. All right.
When you're not an honest person and you lie as often as she does, like, I mean, that just shows that she doesn't think like what she's saying. Why would you, if you're trying to, that's basically Don telling on himself that Summer was missing before 4:30.
I mean, just like the discrepancy of the time he was supposed to be in the work and stuff. Time that they were supposed to be in that hospital that morning.
We actually may be talking a little bit more. There was something coming up I think we're going to cover. And you know what? You have changed your times too. Over and over. Laura has changed her time. There is not one of you, not Jody Sue. Well, yeah, I would say actually out of all of them, Jody Sue's screen time is the most comprehensive and has stayed the most steady. And she actually says that she refused to change the time after Candace asked her, but why would Candace feel comfortable enough to ask her about that? And then why would Jody say it's after Dawn outed me? No, Dawn didn't fucking out you, dude. You outed you. Dawn said the house over by the moon. It was dark. We didn't even know what the fuck he was pointing out. However, let's continue. I think something's coming up here we're gonna talk about.
Summer in bed and stuff before he left that morning. Well, he said he ended up leaving after they had left. So how did he see that, you know, if she was with Candace?
It was like Don, he was home that day too.
Was he? Do you
Yes.
think he was?
Yeah, and went to work that evening. After Candace got there.
So, you think he was home that day?
Yeah, I know he was.
Where? Oh, you
I know
saw
for
him?
a fact. Yeah.
Where'd you see him at?
At his house. Because I was in and out hauling junk that day. I was hauling a bunch of old cars and stuff out.
Do you think he was at work at any point in that day?
I just think he went late that evening, just for an alibi, right when everything was supposed to happen.
Sort of kind of going to give Fred the benefit of the doubt here. His story didn't waver. It didn't change in that part. He said Dawn went to work in the evening. He was home in the morning. He had the boys. I think Fred says in this, or I'm trying to remember where I heard it. It might have actually been on the Chewy, maybe. I could be wrong. But also yesterday somewhere it was stated about the time. Didn't make sense that Dawn woke up and Candace left with the boys. Fred says he was hauling cars all day, although then since then he has stated they only hauled one car that day and that it didn't even make it to the junkyard. That story has also changed. Jesus, I gotta shut that microwave off. My daughter needs to come get her food. So as you can see, the story changes and changes and changes within the time he left between 2:30. This has never been clear. It's also caused a lot of confusion in Summer's case, but I will give Fred the benefit of the doubt that he's stuck with Dawn went to work in the evening. Now that takes me back to Dudley. We need to go over Dudley and Jose again. There's always shit to talk about, guys. I never know what I'm going to come on here and talk about next because it all coincides with each other. Do you understand? Fred knows Ajon. Fred knows The Simpsons. Ajon and The Simpsons are friends and enemies. They have been in both situations on their side and against them. I don't know what that's about. That's not my business, but whatever it is, I feel like that is what Fred is protecting. And I think it needs to be out there. Does it involve Dawn and Candace? I don't know. The marathon aspect of all of this, not even a marathon, just the chase. Man, there's so much. And you don't want to throw accusations at people that are supposed to be good, right? But you have to wonder certain things. I'll just leave it at that. But I've been on here past my 2 hours. I'm going to go. There ain't nothing to this except for her talking about her itching and jittering left after this. So I'm going to get off now. And maybe tomorrow I'll be back. He hauled. Yeah, Everly's, I believe. Lone Wolf. I believe that's what was stated somewhere. I'll have to look for it. But I'm going to go. I hope I showed you guys a few things tonight. I don't know what your thoughts are. Leave your thoughts in the comment section for those in the bushes, for those that come back and watch later. Leave your thoughts. Let's talk about it. That's what my channel's about, conversating about what these people who are involved in this case talk about. And these are the things they talk about. I showed that tonight with my minimal commentation. All right. Peace and love, guys. I'll see you soon. Hopefully tomorrow if I get a chance. We got the kids till I think Monday. So I'll try to be on as much as I can. I got the house set up a little more private now. So you're welcome, Rockin' Robin. All right, guys. I'll see you all later. Oh, and Janky's Prayer Garden. I really enjoyed your singing last night. I did. That was cute. All right. Bye.